Every now and then, you're going to come to a point where you want to uh, create an object and you want to have a hole going through the center of that. And oftentimes, what I see a lot of students do is they'll just simply place a color over that object that's the same as the background, but that's not the right way of going about it. So let me go ahead and demonstrate to you what I'm talking about and the correct way of going about that. So I'm going to grab my shape tool here, and you'll find yourself using this quite a bit. You'll see if you click and hold on that, you've got rectangles, rounded rectangles, ellipse, polygon stars, all sorts of things that you're going to be able to use. So we're going to stick with the rectangle here, and I'm simply going to draw something out. And I guess I should go ahead and show you this while we're in here. You'll notice in this new version of Creative Cloud, you can actually round these corners, which is really nice. You were never able to do that before, so it really makes things nice. And in fact, you can even do them individually by holding down one of your command keys, and I think it's the control key that will allow you to do that, or perhaps the alt key. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about, though. So let's say I've got this square right here, and I wanted to put a circle in the center of it. I want to cut a circle out of the center of it, or maybe even on the side here. So I'm going to grab my circle. What a lot of students will do is they will take this and they'll say, okay, well, I'm going to go back to black and white here, and I'm simply going to cut that out just like that. And now they're going to say, okay, well, hey, I've got my circle there exactly how I wanted it. But again, that's not really the right way of going about that, because in fact, if I was to change the color of this background, you would see that that's not actually going through there. So let me go ahead and put a box in the back, and I'm going to make this blue. And that way, you will see that I have not, in fact, created a hole there. So I'm going to put that in the back. I'm going to move that all the way to the back. And now you're going to see that I've not created a hole there. So I'm going to lock this down just so that you can kind of see, so I don't accidentally mess with it. And you'll find that you'll need to do that every now and then. So if you ever need to lock an object, you simply click on the one you want. So I've got my object there, which is that blue rectangle in the back. Object, lock, selection. And now I can't accidentally click on it. If I want to unlock it, which I'll do later, object, unlock all. Okay. But now I can click on those two, which is what I want to mess with. So I have these two objects. I've got a red square, I've got a white circle, and I want to cut that white circle out of the red square. So I'm simply going to click on both of those, click and drag around both of those. And what we want to use is our pathfinder. So I'm going to click on Window, I'm going to go down to Pathfinder. And when I click on that, you're going to see several different options pop up. And definitely take the time, go through, play with each one of these, see what they all do. The one that we want to look at here is going to be the exclude. And if I click on that, you'll see now that I've actually excluded that center part right there. And in fact, these are all individual objects. I can change the color of them if I want. You'll also see this little pop-up tool that's come up. This is something new in this version of Illustrator. It's showing you how to make objects with the shape builder tool. And that's something that we'll go into at a later time. But again, it's another way of streamlining the process. So I'm going to click on later. But again, you'll notice a lot of the newer versions of Photoshop and Illustrator in the Creative Cloud, it's all about streamlining the process. So now when I click on this, you'll see I have this object right here. I can change the color of it as a whole if I want, or I can get my direct selection tool and I can change the color individually of each one of those objects. In fact, if I wanted to take and move it around, I could do that as well. If I wanted to delete it, I could do that as well. So you do have many options, many different things that you can do with Illustrator with that Pathfinder tool and the exclude. Again, you can combine things with Unite, you can divide them out, all sorts of different things that you can do with that tool. So definitely take the time, play around with it, and you'll see all of those things.